Okay, I have got to admit something. I have been cooking potatoes wrong for years. I thought a potato was just a potato. Got it? But did you know some potatoes are meant for frying while others turn soupy and sad if you try to roast them? Well, today we are breaking down 6 popular types of potatoes, and I will show you the best way to cook each one, plus one dish you should never use them for. So if your mashed potatoes ever turn gluey or your fries came out a bit soggy, you should stick around because I have got you on this one. White potatoes. White potatoes are like the middle child, not too starchy, not too waxy. Best for pan frying, think hash browns or home fries. Great for grating too. Layers with cream and cheese, yes please. And also boiling, holds up well without turning to mush. But it's not ideal for baking whole. They don't fluff up like Russet's potato. Here is an extra tip. These are your go-to if you want a versatile potato for everyday cooking. So if you think white potatoes are interesting, you should hear about Russet's. So the Russet potato, also known as the Russian potato and Idaho potato. So Russian, Russet, Idaho. Okay, got it. Well, this potato is best for baking. It gets that fluffy interior we all love. And if you're thinking about some crispy French fries, those long starches crisp beautifully. And what about mashed potatoes? They're perfect for this, but only if you handle them right. So this is what it is not good for. Russet potatoes aren't good for potato salad. It falls apart when boiled and stirred. So here is a pro tip. Always bake russets directly on the oven rack for extra crispy skin. Trust me, it's worth it. So now that we know about the russet potato and the white potato, what about the Yukon Gold potato? I love the color of that one. It is best for creamy mashed potatoes. Unlike the russet, it's naturally buttery. When it comes to roasting, this is your number one choice. They hold their shape and crisp well, and they're also good for soups and stew. They stay firm without going mushy, but this is what you should not do with them. French fries. They are too waxy and dense to get that crunch. And here is a tip you should take away with you. Yukon's Golds don't need peeling. If you scrub them clean enough, that is all they need. That skin is thin, tasty, and full of nutrients. What about red potatoes? Red potatoes, those cute little guys, they are so waxy and smooth. And they are good for potato salads too. They hold their shape perfectly. Roasting with herbs, just add a little rosemary and garlic, and hey, you can thank me later. Boiling, perfect for boiling. Great for quick side dishes too. But they are not so good for mashing. They get gluey and gummy really quick. So you want to avoid that. Prep tip, boil them whole, smash slightly, then bake. You get crispy edges without deep frying. So now that we are here and we know all about those potatoes, there is another one. It's called the Fingerling potatoes. I don't know. Have you ever seen these funky looking shaped ones? They're called fingerlings. I will tell you why very soon. They're good for roasting though. They crisp up beautifully with a tender center. And when it comes to skillet frying, these are the perfect ones. Just cut them in half and pan sear them with butter. They're perfect for grilling too. Toss them on a skewer and you are just fine. But they're not good for soups. Their size and texture don't hold well in liquids. Here is a fun fact you should take with you. Fingerlings are naturally rich in flavor, no need to over-season them. So the name fingerling potato comes from the shape of the potato, which resembles long, slender fingers. Who wouldn't think of that? Okay, let's move on to purple potatoes. Purple potatoes. These are packed with antioxidants, just like blueberries. They are best for roasting and it brings out the rich color and earthy flavor. They are also great for potato salads, gorgeous presentation and firm bite. You should grab onto this one. It helps preserve that odor and color wonderfully. So delicious, but they are not so good for mashing. They can turn out dry and look a bit weirdly gray. So here is some health tips for you. That deep purple color that comes from anthocyanins. Great for heart health. Now that you know all about white potatoes, purple potatoes, fingerling potatoes, red potatoes, Yukon Gold potatoes, and the one and only Russet. Now you can go ahead when you go to the supermarket and pick the right potatoes based on what you're preparing to cook for dinner. Let me know in the comments what your favorite potato dish is, or tell me which one have you been cooking wrong this whole time. If you like this video, if you have learned something new, subscribe for more simple practical cooking tips that will make your life easier. Now excuse me while I go roast some fingerlings with a little bit of garlic butter. See you on the next one. I am Lifestyle Country Mom checking out. Ta-ta!